Okay.
Assalamu alaikum. You are with AccidentalMuslims.com. This is Rahima Kinney. I'm guest presenting this episode, and we are here with, can you believe it, Mr. South Africa, Habib Noorbhai.
Assalamu alaikum to all the viewers back home, and thank you very much for having me. Nice to meet you, Rahima.
You're welcome. So tell us, why did you participate in Mr. South Africa? Take us through the process. What does it entail?
So the main reason was to leverage a lot of social change, exposure, and funding opportunities towards the humanitarians instead of personal limelight. And alhamdulillah, fortunately till today, the Mr. South Africa platform has been fantastic in leveraging a lot of contacts and networks towards fundamental aspects, towards driving the humanitarians and taking it to the next level in promoting change and making a difference through a sustainable and innovative way.
Okay, and the Humanitarians is your NPO?
It's our non-profit organization,
Okay.
and the aim is to create a sustainable and innovative society through 5 main focal areas, which is health, education, sport, innovation, and research. And the novelties of our NPO, the Humanitarians, is that we don't do toxic charity. All of our projects and programs are through sustainable means, and we also measure our programs and projects through research. So www.humanitarians.org.za, and you can check it out if you want to get involved or even volunteer with us. You can contact info@humanitarians.org.za.
Okay, so getting back to the competition, how did you overcome some of the controversial aspects of Mr. South Africa? Like, for example, don't you have to model in underwear? and yeah, so tell us about
Yeah,
that.
so basically what happened was we went into Johannesburg. It was over 2 days, including rehearsal time. And I remember this quite fondly because I went on my birthday on the 22nd of November, and the final was going to be on the 24th of November. And basically we were going through rehearsals, and I was waiting for this day because I knew it was going to come out. And they basically pitched the 5 different scenes that we were going to be modeling in, which was going to be formal wear, date wear, casual wear, the anti-bullying scene, and then the underwear scene. So the underwear scene was the controversial one, the one
yeah.
that I was concerned about. And so what happened, to be honest, is I said, with the greatest respect and humility, it has been a fantastic journey up till now. It's unfortunately not someone that I am, and I would like to withdraw from the competition. I've gained a lot from the competition in terms of a contestant, and I would like to withdraw if it's okay with everyone. And basically the sponsors and the CEO and everyone walked out, and I was quite worried because I was like, what's going to happen now? I was like, you're literally biting my nails. And they came inside and they said, you know what, we're going to include the vest and the shorts within the scene. And I was like, yes,
wonderful.
my aura is covered. I don't have to worry about that. And basically that's what happened. And that's the message out to the youth out there, is always stick to your morals and your values and your principles, no matter what you're exposed to. For example, even if someone says, I'll put R1 million on the table if you do this, at the end of the day, it tests your akhlaq. It's going to test your moral code of whether you're going to do it or not. And that's the one thing with me as the first Muslim Mr. South Africa, is that I always stuck by with my morals. I was also offered an alcohol endorsement at the beginning of my reign, and I turned it down. And that's basically it, both from a moral perspective and a religious perspective. It's not who I am.
Okay.
So the controversial side is that, yes, it has been brought sometimes towards me as Mr. SA, but these are the stereotypes that I'm trying to break as well. Is that it's not about trying to be an eye-candy model, trying to look good. It's neither trying to be very good looking or being ripped or having that six-pack. The emphasis rather is on brawn instead of beauty. It's about being a role model for the youth, being a man of honor, a model male and not a male model. So these are the kind of stereotypes that I'm trying to break forward in. And I think essentially throughout South Africa and around the world, that's the kind of thing that we need to break, that it's not merely about beauty, but it's merely a lot more about the work that you do, about how you communicate, about the impact that you'll make with the youth, as well as about the emphasis on brawn and a lot what you can do for society.
So it was literally a win-win situation for you.
Yeah, I look back on it and I was like, I'm glad that, you obviously stick to your values and principles, and alhamdulillah, it turned out for the better.
Okay. So Habib, you are not just a brawn person, you've got brains and brawn.
Oh.
You recently graduated with your PhD. Tell us about
Well, thanks
that.
for the compliment there, Rima. Yeah, I mean, look, the PhD has been a 3-year-long journey, researching something that I'm passionate towards, which was cricket batting, and which the hypothesis was sparked by my mentor and supervisor, Professor Tim Noakes, who has been a fantastic and integral role both in my life and in my career. And, he's everything what mentorship aspires to be. And, the aspect around mentorship is that, there's no textbook that can show you experience. You have to go through it and learn it for yourself. And through his 45 years of working within the sports sciences and academia, those are valuable bites of information that he's giving you within that limited time that you have. Take it with both hands. And that's what he did for me through my time that I used to meet with him. So the message out there to anyone is that if you have a mentor and if you have someone that you really value, you really need to make the most of that, because they're giving you bites of information that has taken them years to learn, and you getting to know that within seconds of hearing them. So make the most of that. And that's the art of mentorship, is getting to know and understand what they have gone through, which they previously didn't know.
Yeah.
And that's the art of not knowing.
Yes.
And so he's been fantastic in that regard. And, he's given me that reign to be independent as a researcher, to carry on doing what I love, and then coming on board and say, okay, Habib, this is where you're wrong, you should do this is where you're right, this is where you should carry on.
Okay. Yeah, so you're basically leveraging off your mentor's experience, which I think is one of the vital aspects of mentorship.
Of course. Yeah.
Great. And I'm a great admirer of Professor Tim Noakes as well. He's just amazing.
No, he's fantastic, and he's one of the very few scientists or people out there that lives for the truth, admits when he's wrong, and challenges beliefs appropriately and efficiently. And I think it's just a matter of time for society and South Africa and the world out there to embrace what he stands for, and to come to realize that that the work that he's pushing out there is based on truth and science and principles and integrity.
Yes.
And very few scientists out there practice based on integrity and science, and that's probably the valuable information and the role model that he is to not just me but to any other academics out there. And there will come a time where people realize that we should have made the most of the time that we should have spent with Tim, and 30 years will come. In 30 years time from now, we will look back and say we should have listened to Tim.
Exactly.
Because that's when we'll really understand the science of medicine and health. Is what this greatest man has told us about the truth regarding health, nutrition, and sports sciences. And they can either decide to listen to him or they can continue to ignore him.
Exactly. Thank you for your time, Habib. It's been a pleasure. And this is AccidentalMuslims.com. Look out for the full episode with Habib Noorbhai.
Thank you very much for having me, and I really appreciate it. And continue to check out AccidentalMuslims.com. And I wish the channel the ever success, and I hope it goes from strength to strength. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.